Leo. What's up, Leo? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to bring you your August 2021 Silent Enemies reading. I hope all is well in the Leo community. I want to say happy birthday to you all. I hope that you are enjoying your solar return. This is an amazing time in the Leo season because we're in the midst of the Lionsgate portal. So hopefully you are taking advantage of those energies and using them to the best of your ability so that you're able to manifest the life that you want and deserve. All right, so let's see what we got going on for the Silent Enemies reading. For those of you who are familiar with the channel, welcome back. You'll have to give me a moment to explain to those who are new what the Silent Enemies reading is about. So for those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you will subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I post. This is a reading that helps you to pay attention to your intuitive nudges in reference to the people closest to you. You know, as a lot of us know, we are at spiritual warfare at this time, and it's very important that you pay attention to the people closest to you, because those are the ones, in most cases, that are sent to teach you a lesson about yourself during the spiritual warfare period that we're in. It's very critical that you pay attention. Unfortunately, because of the way things are set up in this 3D realm, the lessons that the universe sends us to, the lessons that the universe wants us to learn, come in the form of relationships that we have with people closest to us. So, you know, sometimes we have to deal with the fact that, you know, there are family members who are karmic in nature. There are lovers who are karmic in nature. Sometimes our adult children are karmic in nature. But it's important to recognize those relationships so that you can get a hold on what's going on, so that it does not dominate and control you and put you in a situation where it could be as serious as, you know, your life being in jeopardy. But when you pay attention to the intuitive nudges, you're able to get ahead of that to see what you need to weed out and what you don't. A lot of us, the problem is a lot of us are in denial about the intuitive nudges that we're getting. And it's like, why are you denying these nudges? You have to question that. Why are you denying your God-given gift of intuition just because these are people that are closest to you? A lot of us are in denial. We don't want to accept the reality of the world that we live in. Some of us just don't understand it. But this reading is to help you to pay attention to your intuitive nudges so that you don't ever put yourself in a position where people closest to you can take advantage of you ever again. Okay? This is the whole purpose of this reading. So let's get 3 cards out here and see what we come up with. I'll read the energies intuitively, and then what we'll do is we'll go into the extended and see what additional messages Spirit has for you. All right, so let's see what cards Leo needs to, okay? All right, so I have 3 cards here. So I have the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Chalices for this deck, which is Piscean energy. I have the Capricorn energy of the Devil, Major Arcana. It came out in reverse. Here it is upright for those who like to see the artistry on the cards. So the Devil energy of Capricorn came out in reverse. And then we have another Major Arcana here. This is the Hermit energy, Virgo energy. Now, when Major Arcana show up in any type of tarot card reading, we know that that represents a major change that can go on in your life. So with that being said, ignoring your intuitive nudges in reference to these circumstances or situations could put you in a situation where, you know, it could have a major change or a major effect in your life for the positive or for the negative. All right. So let's take a look at these energies and see what you really need to pay attention to. Excuse me, guys. So we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, what I'm getting intuitively with the Knight of Cups, this is showing up as a silent enemy. The Knight of Cups energy is energy of Piscean energy. Now, right now, we have Neptune in retrograde in Pisces right now. Pisces is the house of karma. Okay, it's the house of the self-undoing. It's the house of hidden enemies. Okay, so for some of you, there could be a family member or a friend or a lover who you may have cut off in the past, maybe not, but this could be somebody that you're currently dealing with that you have to be aware of, Okay, so if this is not a lover that you've had in the past, maybe somebody you were dating and you found out that they were cheating on you, or this is somebody that, maybe things never really got off the ground with you two and got serious, because it could be that this person was dealing with multiple people. The Knight of Cup energy is an energy of player energy. It's mutable, mutable water. Mutable meaning that it can adjust to any environment or surrounding. Basically meaning that, okay, it can be around you and have emotional connection with you, but then it can meet somebody else, 20 minutes later, and develop an emotional connection with that person as well, and still have an emotional connection with you when they connect with you, but yet still have that emotional connection with someone else. So if we're talking about in reference to a lover, this is somebody that you could be currently dealing with, or it was somebody that you dealt with in the past that maybe you left behind. And you're realizing that this person, wasn't honest with you about their interactions with others. For others of you, this could be about a child. The Knight energy can represent a young adult. Okay? A young adult, anywhere between the ages of 20 and 30. Okay? Is what Knight energy could represent. So this could be a child of yours. Some of you may have a child that you may not agree with. Things may be going on with you, and you would get intuitive nudges about this situation. So don't try to make this reading fit. If it's not yours, it's just not yours, okay? So some of you could be going through something with a child. Maybe you need to pay attention to your child and see what's going on with them. Maybe they're dealing with or in environments where they're around people who don't mean them well. People who could be trying to emotionally manipulate them. People who could be emotionally manipulating them to take advantage of them in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you don't like your child's boyfriend, your adult child's boyfriend, or your adult daughter's boyfriend, or whatever the situation is. You could have a son who dates men, or you could have a daughter who dates women. Whatever the situation is, maybe you don't like their friend, or maybe you don't like their boyfriend or their girlfriend because you just get bad vibes about it. That's something that you may need to consider speaking to them about, But of course, as an adult, sometimes you can't tell them anything. You just have to tell them to be on guard and to watch themselves around these individuals. For some of you, this could be somebody who's coming in, under Knight-like energy. Knight-like energy, as in this is somebody who may want to come in and apologize to you. Like I said, it could be somebody that you dealt with in the past, and maybe things ended terribly between you two. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a lover. It could be a friend. It could be a family member that you had a falling out with. But somebody could be trying to come back in to apologize, because the Knight of Cup energy does represent someone who could be wanting to apologize. Okay? But this is showing up as a silent enemy, meaning that the apology is not sincere. Okay, remember, Pisces deals with the house of silent enemies. Enemies who are people who are close to you that you may not realize have your ulterior motives for you. Okay? So this is what I'm getting with this Knight energy. So you need to be careful with that. Some of you, this could be somebody that you met when you were traveling. Okay? Or your daughter or your son may have met this person in their travels. That could be the case. Somebody could be wanting to travel towards you. This person who we could be talking about maybe living a distance from you. Maybe your child lives a distance from you. This could be about a connection between you and your child. Okay? And maybe your child is not who you think they are as far as them having your back. Excuse me. So it could be a circumstance where say you are a father and you have an adult daughter, and you and her mother just don't get along. You guys don't rock at all. And your daughter could be, trying to get along with both of you, of course. But what could be going on is your daughter could be manipulating and trying to turn the situation, or how kids try to play parents, against each other. It could be that type of situation. So you do want to be careful with your adult children, for some of you, that they're not trying to play you two against each other. Because maybe the mother won't give the child what they want, and so now they're going to go to the father to try to get what they want. And because the child knows the mother and the father don't get along, they'll play this back and forth type of game. So be careful with that as well. All right. Then we have the devil energy here in reverse, which is Capricorn energy here. So this is showing up as a silent enemies reading because I feel like for some of you, you know, the devil energy to me represents like the 7 deadly sins. You know, greed, sloth, envy, wrath. Hold on a second, guys. So yeah, it just reminds me of the 7 deadly sins. But specifically, I get sex with the devil energy in reverse because it means, you know, it talks about with the devil energy in reverse, it talks about sexual desire. And it talks about overcoming that. So I feel like for some of you, there could be some sexual desires that you're trying to fight. It could be with this Knight of Cup energy. Could very well be. Doesn't necessarily have to be. But for some of you, these two can be related. Where you have somebody who comes in and out. And there's a very strong sexual attraction that you may have for this person. But it's showing up as a silent enemy because, you know, this person or this energy is toxic to you. Okay? Very toxic to you. It's not healthy for you at all. It will put you in a sense of lack in some way, shape, or form. It could make you a victim. But I feel like for some of you, you have to be careful because there could be somebody who's playing games with you. Okay? This devil energy in reverse could also talk to me about somebody who's very materialistic and financially starving. Not necessarily financially starving, but somebody who's greedy. You know, who may see you as a target. You may be doing well financially, okay? And this person sees you as somebody who they can come around and they can, you know, get wrapped around their finger and they can take advantage of you. So some of you really need to be careful with that, okay? Or whatever it is that you're fighting. Some of you could be fighting some other demons. You could be fighting addictions, various forms of addictions. It doesn't necessarily have to be drugs and alcohol. It could be porn. It could be gambling. It could be lying. It could be, you know, being in denial, not seeing things for what they truly are, just constantly making excuses for things. But this could also talk about self-undoing, I feel like, too, because it could be a situation here where, you know, somebody's not dealing with the reality of the problems that they're dealing with. Then we have the Sun card. I'm sorry, the Hermit. Major Arcana of Virgo. Now, immediately what I'm feeling is health issues. And it could be because of the toxic addictions that some of you could be dealing with. Okay? It could also be that this person that you're dealing with, you may need to be careful because there could be an STD involved. Okay? Because the Hermit does deal with the health. We do have the toxic energy of the Capricorn energy, which is sexual desire. And then we have the Knight of Cups here. Okay, mutable energy, somebody who sleeps around with multiple people. So for some of you, you do need to be careful of whoever this person is that's coming into your life, whether this is somebody you've already cut off, excuse me, or somebody that you're currently dealing with. You're going to need to be careful. You're going to need to watch this individual because I feel like your health is in jeopardy in some way, shape, or form. For others of you, there's somebody, if it's not about a sexually transmitted disease, or it's not about addictions that put you in a position where your health is in jeopardy, like overeating, watching a lot of porn, which could have psychological ramifications. What else? All kinds of addictions. I can't think of too many right off the top of my head at this moment, but you know what you're fighting. You know what you're dealing with. And it's very important that you understand, okay, this is something that I have to fix. This is something that I have to deal with. Now, Leo does deal with the house of fetishes, okay? It is the house of fetishes, especially sexual fetishes, things like that. Some of you need to be careful. You need to watch your children. There could be pedophiles around. I do need to put that out there. That just came to me as well. Excuse me. I'm going through the 21-day detox, and you know, it's clearing out, so forgive me for having to clear my throat. But also what I'm seeing here is somebody that you should leave alone, or maybe somebody you've already left alone, somebody who could be trying to come back around. Somebody you may need to isolate yourself from. You know, the Hermit energy is an energy of a person who follows what their intuition is telling you. You take action based on what your intuition is telling you. And while this is showing up as a silent enemy, I feel like for some of you, your intuition is telling you one thing, but you're doing something totally different. And that is going to put you in a situation where you could eventually experience some type of downfall. So it's very important that you pay attention to your intuition, separate from people, places, and things that you know are not beneficial to you. For a lot of you, it's a lover that you're dealing with. A lot of you, it's a lover. This person could be introducing you, or you guys may get together and do all kinds of, for example, it could be somebody who comes in and out, and, maybe you have recreational use with this person, recreational drug use. Like maybe you sniff cocaine or what have you whenever this person comes around. And maybe you've decided that this is no longer the lifestyle that you want, so you've decided to cut this person off. When you get high with them, you get into situations where, you're being... you're in a sexual connection that is no good for you. It's not benefiting you. And it's not healthy for you in any way, shape, or form. Maybe you get to the point where you get high and you sleep with this person without protection. But I feel like for a lot of you, you're dealing with a lover who has multiple people here. And I feel like you have to be careful and watch yourself with this individual. So that's what I got for you, Leo. We're going to go into the extended, and I'm going to pull like 4 cards for each of these to see additional messages that Spirit wants you to have in reference to these energies. They could all be related or they could all be separate, but just take what does resonate, leave the rest. Don't try to make a reading like this fit. If it's not your reading this week, check your other placements or check other types of readings on the channel, okay? So again, happy birthday to you all. I wish you the best, and hopefully I'll see you in the extended. If not, I'll see you in the next reading. Take care, Leo.